Alright, hello, and welcome back to the second episode of King City. As I've mentioned in the first episode, this is the first time ever I'm playing Cities Skylines, and therefore King City is the first ever city I'm attempting to build. Now I'm sharing that information with you so you don't get your hopes too high from the way I play this game. But yeah, just a little recap of what happened in episode 1. This was one of the main streets that we built out, and now it is developed for the most part. And yeah, looks alright. Now I was experiencing a lot of traffic in the first episode, and basically the whole highway system going out of the city was backed up. But I did receive a pretty good comment, and they mentioned that when I'm building out, I should just go with the pace of the game and just not overbuild, or make sure I'm doing like 3x3 tiles, 4x4 tiles, just nothing too crazy. And I will be following that in this episode for sure, because it was kind of crazy how everyone was apparently trying to move in to the city. So that's what the traffic was. I had no idea that like people trying to move in would create like traffic. So that's pretty cool actually to have in the game. But yeah, so in this episode at least we're gonna try to stay off the high density, like high rise buildings. And I think I built a few in the first episode. But yeah, we're gonna limit those for this one and just try to grow the city more organically, if you would say. All right, so I'm just gonna try to go with the demands of the city and just expand a bit in this episode. So here we're going around the high-rise buildings that we have, and I just want to fill them in with different types of buildings. And yeah, I'm going in with a little underpass here, which was kind of unnecessary to be honest, but I just thought let's do it, like why not, because that was just a simple 4-lane road. On top of it we could have fully had an intersection, but I don't know why I went in with the underpass. But yeah, whatever, it's kind of different, doesn't hurt. But yeah, just again with the street layout here, and I kind of want to create this gradual height increase in buildings towards the, how many high rises are there? I think there's 12 of them, towards the 12 high rises we have there, because I don't want it to be like single family homes right up to them, and then all of a sudden you have like 6 towers sticking out, or 12 towers sticking out. Although that is how some cities are, and so it's not necessarily too unrealistic, but just for the sake of like this part of town where it is, I prefer to have like a gradual increase of height towards those buildings. So now we have a demand for offices in the city, and we have the high density commercial unlocked. So I'm just going in for the first ones ever in the city. I was trying to see how they would end up looking like, and how tall they were going to be, if they were going to create that kind of transition that I wanted. And just with some medium density on these lots here. What am I doing? I think they were too big, so I just went in with the four tiles in depth. Because again, the traffic, like, it gets out of hand. And this is just a random road with parking that for some reason I chose to put here in the first episode. But yeah, that's another story. And oh, one more thing, I thought as the city grows, you end up unlocking different things. I had no idea that you could use those points there to buy this stuff. So that's pretty cool. Now I went in with the roundabouts and unlocked them, and I'm gonna do a bunch of other stuff later on. Now here we are expanding our cemetery, and I'm just putting this crematorium here. It's a pretty nice building actually, but I just thought I should put it beside the cemetery. I mean, it kind of makes sense, and it doesn't necessarily have to be there. But yeah, it's a pretty nice building. I like it because I saw like a lot of houses were demanding that they needed a hearse, so I thought I should just unlock that. So these apartments, they're pretty like decent size, and I did end up liking the height of the commercial buildings there, the high density commercial. So I'm gonna be keeping those, I'm pretty sure. Now, towards the back side of these buildings, I thought there should be like another entrance for them, just because like there will be a lot of people living in those, obviously. So it doesn't make sense for the streets just to be dead end. And yeah, so we went in with just a little connection and another roundabout here. And the buildings are upgrading, I'm pretty sure. So their shapes are changing. I do like these ones more now. Um, yeah, the roof looks pretty nice. All right, so here is just a clinic for the residents in this area. Thought they would need it, just walking distance. And I do like the upgrades a lot. But yeah, I thought the location would make sense too. And for this area, I was thinking just doing townhomes all along in the side streets, basically. And at the little end, like the dead end, I'm doing just medium density apartments with some higher density commercial on that street right there. Let's see. Yeah, here I just went in with just one kind of crazy with the roads and unlocked a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so here is one of the first like unique buildings that we have, and it's just this kind of modern house that I put it. It's like the first house on this row. So, and for the rest of the of that block, I went in with townhomes of like the same tile size, just so they kind of blend in and the house isn't like sticking out, because it is a pretty small house. But yeah, and going back in and filling in just the remainder of the street with townhomes right there. And these guys are just upgrading. Looks pretty good. And for the industrial area, I'm gonna just stop. I'm not gonna really be doing much this episode because just look at the sheer size of that area. I don't know. I gotta come up with something for that. I don't really like how it takes up so much space right by the water. So yeah, I just kind of held off expanding the industrial in this episode. But yeah, since now we have the 4-lane highway, I went in and upgraded this first section that it comes in from the main highway. Just because I feel like it would help the traffic a lot, and then I stopped here because I don't think you necessarily need it, and we end up having like a few intersections further up the highway, so it's better that it stays as a 2-lane highway than a 4-lane hitting intersection. Just it kind of be weird, I don't know. But yeah, just reconfiguring the on ramps and off ramps here, because this whole like weird thing with the lanes happened. And I know, trust me, they don't look pretty, but I'm trying my best to make them look as good as possible. And I do find turning off the snapping pretty helpful at times, especially for these ramps. But yeah, I do end up turning them back on after like the first part, because then they can look pretty weird if you just build it without. So for this area, I thought I should go in with a school, and I was trying to go in with like one of the larger schools. I wanted the building to kind of stand out, because I wanted to do this whole like this little area for the school itself. And I went in with one of the buildings, this one, and then I realized there's another one that is bigger than this. So I ended up, yeah, demolishing this and going in with that one instead. And I just thought even the architecture of the building, this one, yeah, the architecture is like more fitting than for what I'm trying to do, basically. Okay, so I'm going in with the upgrades because obviously, like, I just can't skip the upgrades. Like, as soon as I put something down, I go in with the upgrade. And then just because I wanted to kind of create this whole area for the school, I went in and unlocked a bunch of stuff for the parks and recreation. But there was like there was not enough room to put in most of the stuff. So I just went with these two little parks, and I'm pretty sure those were tennis courts, I think. Yeah, and now here I try to do a little path that goes around the school. I do find it annoying that you can't connect the path directly to the parks. I kind of did it in the other park that I put in, but I don't know, this one it was just like way off. but it's okay. So I'm gonna go in with trees all around the perimeter of the school, and hopefully that will kind of cover that little part that's not connected. But yeah, just doing some trees all around, and I just feel like in my head, this looks more like a college of some sort. I mean, you could have a high school looking like this, but I feel like in the US you would, but not necessarily many other places. But yeah, I just thought like up here it could be just kind of this like garden area again with these paths connecting, and I did like trees on all the streets because I just don't want like cars to be parking there. It doesn't make sense for cars to be parking uh, right up to that school. Just with going in with some more like bushes and trees, and it looks pretty cool. I like it. I do wish it was a college, but or like a university or something, but no, I do like it still. And then I was going through these planters, like these are extremely tiny, and that being said, I still did put a whole bunch at the front, but yeah, it takes time to put these little guys here. But the final result, I ended up liking it. I went in with more trees because I just like it better like that. And then for right across the school, I thought I could use some of the special commercial buildings that we have. And here I was just kind of trying the different ones and seeing how they look like. I put this, I think it was like a cafe or a restaurant here right in front of that pathway, because I was just thinking, like, imagine sitting on that patio and having the view of all the trees and the high school building. I do move it here and put another restaurant, but then this one, it just looks too suburbia, you know. I wouldn't necessarily want it there. This one like goes right up to the street and there's no parking in the front, so I think it just makes more sense for this location. Yeah, and then there was that tea house, and I'm not too sure what the other one was. And just a few simple trees in front of it. Yeah, so this area is just like you can come from the school on your break and just go to one of these cafes or restaurants, and even for other people that come, it just has a nice view. And for just the buildings right in front of the high school, I went in with offices because again, I just didn't want those parking lots to be sitting empty right in front of it. I don't know, not a big fan. Um, all right, here, so I just go in with another school because obviously this is a kind of dense area, and it needs it. It's a nice looking school. And guess what? I went in with an upgrade. Looks pretty good. High up. Alright. Oh yeah, this is the park I was talking about. Like here when I connected the path, it will connect right onto the park's path. But then the ones by the school, I for some reason I couldn't do it. But yeah, I do like it when they do connect. It seems incorporated into the city. I mean, there is still that little part that's not connected, but it's okay. It's connected for the most part. But yeah, just a little path connecting the park and to the both streets here. And the only high density apartment I went in with was just this one. Just because again I thought it would be like a nice transitional apartment, Now, I do have a lot of demand for single family homes, but I was just having a hard time trying to figure out where I would put it, um, whether to unlock more tiles and just expand the city. But again, I want to do that either for some reason. So yeah, just back here, going in with some townhouses, and at the end we're going with some medium density apartments. And this guy looks pretty good in size right there, backing onto the tall buildings. And yeah, it looks all right. There is that transition is kind of building right there, from like low rise to mid rise to the high rises. And for the area right adjacent to the schools, I was looking into the high density offices, but just from the crane, like I realized if I do anything more than a 2x2 tile, they were just going to be enormous in size. And I don't know if I necessarily wanted that, because right behind the commercial that's across the street, you have basically a whole like bunch of single family homes. So how tall do you really want towers facing towards them? Now, in between, I did go with the high density commercial, but once they were built out, like the commercial was so tiny compared to them, to the offices, that I just went in and changed the zoning to offices. So I'm gonna end up having all offices there. And yeah, these are just apartments at the end of these streets. And for this part, I just realized again, having cars parked here, it just doesn't make sense. Oh, that's not where I changed it. Never mind. But I will go back there and add in the green side to the street, like the grass patch where the parking goes away. So since I had the demand for single family homes, I came here and I kind of divided this into two sections. The left section, I'm going to go in with townhomes again, just because it's, again, closer to the main street. I don't know what I'm going to do with this weird street with all the parking on the side. I have no idea. I'm not going to be tackling it this episode. But yeah, this area I went in with just a little street with no sidewalks, and I'm gonna do all townhouses in this part. And then for the part on the right side, I'm just gonna do a little neighborhood of single family homes. And yeah, just to kind of eat away at the demand a little, because it's been there since I started playing again. So just kind of wanted to fix that a little. So these are the offices that are now fully built out. They seem fine. I like their height. And yeah, this is just the two areas that I worked on. They're fully built out. And I'm gonna do another little area here for mostly apartments, mid-rise apartments. Just again, these are just to eat away at the demands because the city it needs to grow. So we are having a bit of a issue with the garbage piling up, and guess why? Cause I never put never put anything, any center, any recycling or garbage center for garbage pickup. So I just extended the street here right by the highway, and I went in with what is this? Landfill. This is a landfill, and obviously upgraded it as much as I could, just to see if it will help. But I am gonna come back to this area again, cause there's gonna be more issues with garbage pile up. Um, Even though I just put in this landfill here. For this little area, I thought it would make sense to go in with some more single family homes. They're kind of tucked away in their own little part of the city. There's good highway access here. Obviously, people living in such homes usually tend to rely on the highway, so it would make sense. And just we have this random big A structure of a street, and just going in with some single family homes. I tend to leave the main streets that connect to these side streets empty, just because I go back and fill them in with commercial usually, because I think it makes sense. We're back at the school, and right behind it, I was thinking of doing a neighborhood of mostly medium density housing, just a little bit of height, and again adding to that transition between the smaller offices and the single family homes to the kind of more dense taller towers in the back. And here I was trying to just add one of the stadiums just right beside the school, because usually some schools would have stadiums or soccer fields, and I thought it would be a good spot for it. Although it's not necessarily connected to the school, you would need to go around it. But for the sake of the game, when you look from above, it looks like they're connected or within the same campus area. Now for the trying to figure out the street layout, the area is a little awkwardly formed, but I just ended up going with these straight dead end streets, that get shorter as you move up. And I put the little cul-de-sacs at the end. Just thought it would be a little different and it would look better than just having the street like that. And in terms of zoning, I'm doing high density for like the very small tiles at the end, like the 2x2s, and this area just wouldn't build, so I just randomly remembered I had to come and rezone this. That's what I meant by leaving out the main streets. Like I go back in and do commercial. Yeah, so these very small high density towers we're building, like 2x2, 2x3. Because so I did lie when I said that building that we did previously was the only high density I did. For some reason, I thought that was the only one we did. But yeah, the rest I'm doing all medium density apartments. And yeah, basically all the streets I'm just doing, and I'm doing 2x2. Just because I don't want the buildings to just look too bulky or get too tall. Although I'm pretty sure the medium density doesn't get that tall, but just in terms of how large the building itself is, I prefer the 2x2s for the streets here, because they are dead end at the end of the day, right? So how much density do you really want? And so here I went in with and unlocked the hospitals, and I thought we should have a hospital now because we're a small city now, and I ended up placing it right over that little underpass we had. So now I'm actually happy that I went with the underpass, because I do like where it's placed. It's cool that on both sides you have like cars going underneath it. Now it makes sense that you would have an underpass there, because it seems like the hospital was there before, so you were kind of you had no other option but to make a road underneath it. And this area is kind of building out. I am liking how it's looking. It's just a bunch of apartments, and I'm going in with some trees at the end of the streets, just to give it a feeling of like a mature neighborhood. And honestly, just trees just make everything look more beautiful. Even in just our own cities, trees are such blessings, honestly. And yeah, I really do end up liking it once I'm done adding the trees. So here I went in with one of the signature buildings, and I think it's a condominium. And I placed it kind of at the intersection that goes into our new neighborhood, but I will end up moving that again, just because I thought it's a different looking building, and I kind of wanted like a little area for itself. So yeah, we'll get to that later. But what else? I went in with one of the signature commercial buildings. I think this one's a restaurant as well, and I placed it right here because it's the perfect spot, right? All these houses and offices, they can just enjoy it. I do want to start filling in all the spaces between like the different areas that we have. And again, with this place, I'm going in with kind of a main road in the middle, and then I'm using the roads without sidewalks for the sides. The reason why I do this is also because I'm aiming for smaller lots closer to the dense areas, because you're probably going to get smaller lots the more like crowded or dense an area is built, right? We're back with the signature residential building, and mostly because the architecture of the building is somewhat different from all the buildings that are in the area. I was thinking of giving it a little separate area of itself, so I made that street and placed it somewhat in the middle of the loop. I mean, it's not a loop, but like the connecting street. And I don't mind it. And I went in with trees in the street just to remove the all the parking for the cars. I mean, do I necessarily want like a street just for this building with like it all nice and done with streets with trees? Not necessarily. But you know what? It looks cool. And I went in with that little park, and luckily the path connected to the ones from the game, so it actually looks quite finished and like as if it was meant to be there, right? Now here I wanted a street in the middle, and I try to do something that I did in the first episode, where let's say you have a 4-lane road going, and then the lanes separate in the middle. You have 2 lanes going in one direction and the other 2 coming in, and then you would have them eventually connect again after the separation. So that's what I try to do here. And I'm not sure if you heard that, but that was my cat. He was just screaming at the top of his lungs, probably trying to get me to stop recording. And he's just staring into my soul right now. What's up, buddy? But yeah, basically trying to just figure out this road here. Again, in terms of like why I went with this road, I don't know. Like, I have no idea how it's gonna turn out. I just thought it would be cool to have like this middle part where it's filled with trees right in the middle of the city. It would just give like like a break for the eye, from all the buildings and the concrete. And so that's why I just went in with trees on both sides of the streets all throughout. So we'll see how that'll turn out at the end. Not in this episode, but down the line. So right beside the signature building we have, I'm going in with the high density commercial residential complexes, and I'm going with the different style. I think it's Mediterranean. I'm not too sure, but I just wanted to see like how that would end up looking because I'd never tried building them. And here, like backing onto the school, we're doing more offices. So these are the buildings. I do like them. I feel like they're more fitting in terms of style with the signature building. So I ended up keeping them. And I went in with a little street in the back, and I added a few more of the same style, but medium density, I think, for these ones. So we're having the garbage problem again, and I checked the landfill, and the capacity is basically almost full. So I went in with the garbage into the garbage management and unlocked the incineration plant and basically everything else, and the recycling center. And yeah, pretty much tell me I upgraded it, because I'm pretty sure I would. Yeah, I just cannot leave it out. But yeah, that's been upgraded, and hopefully that will help. What I do realize is that the high-rise buildings are the ones complaining the most about garbage pile up, so that's something to keep in mind when building them. And yeah, even when like everyone else is satisfied with it, they're the ones complaining. I'm going in here with a street and putting in the recycling center, just because I want to have all of the different like garbage stuff, because it's a big city now, so we can't be messing around with that. And as per usual, all the upgrades. I do love seeing the trucks going out, but all of a sudden I started getting like this complaint from everyone basically that the water is contaminated. Now, first thought, I came back here to the sewage and the water pumps, but they seem to be working fine, right? So I thought about going in with another water pump, like the ones that we have unlocked now. But what I kind of realized is that the reason that the water is contaminated now is because it's so close in proximity to all the landfill and the incineration plant. So I'm just assuming that. I'm not sure if that's actually a thing with the game, So therefore I just ended up fully removing the water pump stations from here, just because they were all saying they're polluted, and moving them somewhere up in the city where like it's a suitable area for a water pump station. So up here. So I just ended up just making a little road here and putting them here. So let me know if that is actually a thing, where if the water pump station is, or the water treatment plant is close to the landfills, it will start contaminating the water. I think it's a thing, so I removed it and now it seems to be fine. Now, even though we had fixed the garbage problem, the garbage pileup, the high-rise buildings were still experiencing trouble with their garbage. So I'm just doing a little connection here. So the garbage trucks have like a new place where they can get onto the highway and go all the way up to the buildings. So they basically have two connections now. And I'm hoping that will fix that. And right here we have some high density commercial places popping up. I do like their size and their height. I think it looks good. And yep, this is where I decided that there shouldn't be any parking on these roads, so I went in with the grass on the sides to eliminate the parking. I think it looks better and it just makes more sense for these streets, just because there's a lot of traffic flowing through. I mean, I do understand that these are 2-lane roads, but I wish when you remove the parking you would like get an extra lane. I don't know, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, so I do think I'm gonna wrap up this episode here. Just one last thing, plant some trees behind these buildings. I just really like how it gives the neighborhood a finished look. I want to thank anyone who has watched this video or has come across this video, and thank you to the individual who wrote me a comment on the last video. I really did try to follow your suggestion in this episode. Please feel free to leave me a comment, any suggestions, any advice. I'll be more than happy to read your comments, both in the way that I play the game or set up my city, also in the way that I record the videos. If you have any preference for it to be done in another way, I'd be more than happy to hear from you. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully I can continue this series and we'll see what happens. Thanks again for watching and all the best.